For instance, on nuclear weapons, he was from the beginning against nuclear weapons. But when he saw an overwhelming opinion of the party that nuclear weapons is what the party wants, he went along with the consensus and in fact set off explosions which led the Americans to put sanctions on us.
In fact,
so I find this extremely difficult that on a matter like this he would, and on this flimsy basis that it would hurt our relations with Pakistan, Mr. Vajpayee would have not executed Afzal Guru.
In fact, Mr. Dolat, in November 2006, there was an extremely stinging attack by Mr. Vajpayee when he said the government is confused about tackling terrorism. November 2006. He didn't name Afzal Guru, but he said the country is still to fulfill its duty towards those who died fighting terrorists on December 13, 2001. You know, where you come from is that he wanted to make peace. Several prime ministers of India have wanted to make peace, including Dr. Manmohan Singh, everlasting peace with Pakistan. But at the end of the day, he's also a politician who has to understand the pulse of the people. Again, I'm asking you, you know what he said in November 2006. Is your assessment therefore flawed? Because you're looking at Vajpayee through the prism of the Agra summit, the bus trip. You know, you're looking at him through a certain lens.
I'm looking at Prime Minister Vajpayee, and it's very difficult to argue with Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, because as he says, he knows Mr. Vajpayee much better than I do. I never suggested, I don't know how he got the impression that I suggested there was any connection between Pakistan and Afzal Guru, not at all. Nor was I trying to belittle Prime Minister Vajpayee. I think, in fact, what I have said, my remark, was intended to only prove his statesmanship. Nothing more, nothing less. And what I was saying is, and I say it again, that if Afzal Guru was to be hanged, he should have been hanged in 2006. Why in 2013?
No, are you, Mr. Dolat? Please don't mind. I'll be rather direct. Are you mixing up your Mr. Dolat? Are you letting your own views, your own personal views on how this Afzal Guru case should have been, dealt with, influence your interpretation of how Vajpayee would have dealt with it?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all. Not at all. You see, let me put it like this, Arnab. Today, as I said, I can't challenge Mr. Swamy. I mean, he's a very senior citizen, very senior politician. There's no question on that. But I wish you had somebody like Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni on this, and I would like to hear what he might have had to say, because we were in the PMO together,
Why are you amused, Dr. Swamy?
He had a good idea.
Why are you amused, Dr. Swamy?
Well, you see, Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni also knew him only in the later stages. I've known Vajpayee in his formative stages.
That's
69, 70,
problem, sir. That is our problem.
71, 74.
That is our problem.
I've known him almost 15 years. Both as a friend and as an opponent.
That's right.
So you say you knew him as a politician, and as a politician he would have never taken the line that Mr. Dolat says he could have.
Absolutely. The Vajpayee was a practical politician. He never went against the consensus.
And he wouldn't have gone against the consensus even now, Mr. Dolat, would he?
Now, I don't want to get into that debate about consensus, but let me only react to the extent that I never once saw anybody in the party challenge Mr. Vajpayee once he took a decision. In the years that he was Prime Minister, once he decided on something, I didn't see anybody challenge him. And I would like to go further than that, If you ask me, let's forget Prime Minister Vajpayee. Unfortunately, he's not in a position to say anything. I would go to the extent to say that even if you had a BJP government today, this decision may not have been taken. Now you can challenge it as much as you like.
You want to respond to that, Subramaniam Swamy? Why is Mr. Dolat pushing the envelope on this? I mean, I don't want to respond with all the written statements of the BJP, which has been stepping up the attack on Afzal Guru's execution right since Vajpayee led that attack in November 2006. But I'd like your response.
Let me, 1 minute.
Okay, elaborate, and then I'll go to Subramaniam Swamy. Elaborate. Why do you think so?
Yeah, no, you just mentioned that the BJP has gone to town on Afzal Guru. They've gone to town even on Umar Abdullah. They say he's speaking a separatist language. Now, if Umar Abdullah is a separatist, then God help us in Kashmir, And if the Abdullahs are separatists, and I've never known anybody to doubt either Dr. Farooq Abdullah's nationalist credentials or Omar's
No, but what does that have to do?
And,
that is their political compulsion today. That the National Conference is trying to keep itself politically afloat in Jammu and Kashmir. No, I want you to justify your statement that the BJP government would not have carried out the execution.
What am I saying?
You are a former Raw chief. Why do you think so?
The whole issue is...
Give me something substantial.
Because this whole thing has been politicized. The whole matter is politicized. So, every word, every statement is politicized now.
So why would the decision not be carried out?
Laugh, you can
Subramaniam Swamy?
Well, you see, he says the future government of BJP would not have also hanged him. Now, is he saying that if Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of a future government, he would not have hanged Afzal Guru? Well, that's a great tribute. I mean, he should tell the liberals of India to cool down about Modi, who are right now having a great fright that what will happen if Modi becomes Prime Minister. I think, you see, that's a speculation. He can make his projections. But I don't think that any future government of NDA would ever hesitate a minute. Even right now, you can find Mulayam Singh welcoming the hanging of Afzal Guru, and even Mr. Digvijay Singh is now supporting the hanging of Afzal Guru. So I can't understand in this atmosphere how a BJP government would not have would hesitate to hang Mr. Afzal Guru after the Supreme Court has said so and the President has rejected the mercy petition. That's the question of projection.
Well,
you see, when we, Mr. Swamy, sorry to interrupt you, when we talk of mercy petition, this is not the only mercy petition which has been rejected. Neither was Afzal Guru the only one on death row. There have been people who've been there longer than him.
No, I'm talking of the Congress government. I have no expectation that they will be sensible about it. They should have hanged Rajiv Gandhi's killers a long time ago.
Well, I think this is going to be one of those puzzles, gentlemen. What would Vajpayee have done if he was Prime Minister? Mr. Dulat says, as a former Raw chief, he would have not hanged Afzal Guru. I'm actually quite surprised, Mr. Dulat, that after what you've said has been printed, the Bharatiya Janata Party has not yet reacted officially to it. Maybe we'll ask them what they think, and they'll tell us. Thank you very much. But
I give you another.
Yes.
I give you another thing. You ask any Kashmiri leader on this, what he would think.
Well, I see no reason.
I mentioned Sudhindra Kulkarni, but you ask.
Well,
you ask any Kashmiri leader on this.
Well, I think the most authentic source, unfortunately, Mr. Vajpayee, is not here right now, to give us a reaction. We'll try and get some kind of a sense of what the BJP thinks.
I stand by what you said, that it is my personal opinion. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Well, but it's a issue worth debating. Thank you very much, Mr. Dulat, former Raw chief, who says Vajpayee would not have hanged Afzal Guru, and Subramaniam Swamy. Thank you very much for that chat. Thank you, gentlemen. And that's it on the Newshour tonight. My question to you as I wrap up, a story Times Now is following, is this. Should the government now investigate, share details, reveal those who took bribes, the Indians who took bribes in the 3,700 crore Augusta-Westland chopper deal? Tell us what you think on a story that is assuming major national significance.